Le Yoruba. So yeah, it's yeah. So I got introduced to DJ Arafat when Kaysha was banging in 2003, 2004. Very very cool guy. That was really before he really exploded as a star internationally, but he was already famous out there in Ivory Coast, and you know we kicked it, back then, and we were there, and I met him again. So anecdote, I met the last time I talked to him and I met him was maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, and I was in a club chilling with my brother Olivier Dumou, and he was there performing. And when he saw me, he was like, "Oh, okay, what da 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 da." So after the show, he came and he was like, "Oh, brother, yo, happy to see you. Da, da, da. We have to do something together again." I was like, "Yeah, bro, we really have to do this." But this the sad part about the artistry. Like, we always say this when we meet each other, and then life goes on. We got kids, we got families, we got mouth to feed, we got hustles, and everybody is doing their thing, and we forget, or we don't take the time to do it, and then sometimes it's too late. And but yeah, always had a good thing. And so, but lucky for me, I had the time to do one track with him, so I'm gonna dedicate this track to him, and hopefully he rests in peace. So I remember he came to the studio. He was in Paris for a concert that we organized, actually, with Section Zouk at I think it was the concert at Bataclan. And yeah, he came to the studio. So in Ivory Coast, you have the way coupé décalé. So don't take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I don't really know the history like that. But from what I understand, coupé décalé comes from Zouglou. It has it like a clubbier form of Zouglou music, also inspired by samples from Congolese music that were used in the early songs by guys like TV5 and others, and Yorobo himself. And he's been also influenced by the fact that a lot of Congolese people left, the runaway after when there was the war in Congo in the 90s. A lot of them went to Ivory Coast, and they were there. So a lot of them started doing atalaku, which is when you say a lot of names and you do all these tribal chants at the end of songs or in some songs. And a lot of Congolese that were in Congo were doing atalaku in the clubs, in the bars, on top of instrumentals or loops of Congolese or Ivory Coast beats. And guys like Arafat, because they don't speak, he doesn't speak Lingala. He used to do his atalaku, but it was some fake Lingala. So he was really not saying nothing, and putting some words in there, but it sounded amazing. If you listen to all his songs, he has some parts where he's saying some stuff, but then all the he's not saying nothing. But it sounds so good when he does it. He's just a master of this. At like the fake Lingala Talaku is, and that's part of the whole coupé décalé thing. And so when my song Kaysha came out, it was the same time as coupé décalé was blowing up. Maybe I think my song came out just a few months before, a few months after, I don't remember. But I got taken by the whole wave. Even if Kaysha was not really a coupé décalé, for me it was more a mix of hip hop and Zouglou and Congolese music. Well, I mean, it's more or less the definition, more or less. But I would let the Ivory Coast people explain what is coupé décalé to them. Maybe I should invite somebody that has the authority instead of explaining. But I mean, I'm a guy who likes to study and to try to understand music in general. So long story short, I meet Arafat in a club, and he comes to the studio to get paid for the show that he did for us for Section Zouk, and that's him, DJ Jacob, and me. I'm doing Grand Maquis in the studio, and I'm like, guys, once you're done with the business thing, come to the studio. And I had them record straight because, you know, these guys, when they are in front of you, you have to record now. Because if you say, oh, let's meet tomorrow, you'll never see them again. So I tell both of them to come to the studio, and I was making the beats there. Or I had a bunch of beats that I was doing, like in the morning. I was doing 1, 2, 3 beats, and I would take them and we would record straight. And I made Arafat listen to this beat that I thought would be good for him. And he just said, okay, let's do it. Listen, all you're gonna hear has his part, because after that I add the rest. But his parts, he just recorded one time. That's how amazing he was. He just came, turned on the microphone, and boom. He recorded all his part, and like everybody in the studio was like, what? So he recorded all his parts, and when he was done, people were like, okay, I think I'm the one who recorded, or Ravi, I don't remember. But when we were done recording, like when he done his part, I was like, well, okay, great job. And he just left the studio. So what you're gonna hear is really his first and only take. He just came and came out. And then I cut put some chorus in there. I added some, I did my production thing. So that's the song. It's called On Va Sauter. It's DJ Arafat, produced by me, Diamantero. And there's some writing by Anofela and by Saint O'Neill.
Ouais, nouvelle révélation, Arafat DJ, premier très très fort. Je viens d'Abidjan, Alger de 1975 000 ans. Yeah, on ensemble c'est la mi-fa, levez les mains. Tchouka. Levez les mains tout le monde, levez les mains. Aïe aïe aïe. Tout le monde parce que ça va chauffer tout à l'heure. Internet dit la monnaie dit langue à bébé. Tout sauter, 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 sauter. En position de fouca fouca. Tout le monde est là. Tout le monde. Fouca fouca, fouca fouca, fouca fouca, fouca fouca, fouca fouca. Tout le monde. A galopement, galopement, galopement. A gris à terre tout. Gris katanga dagan tout. Zou, attraper ça. Tout gris katanga dagan. Tout le monde, sur mon mouton,
Rest in peace, brother. He was a beast. He was amazing. He was amazing. He did all this in one take. Like he just like the whole, like he just spit for a whole 4 minutes or 3 minutes, and then we just cut this into 3 parts, and we put some chorus in the middle when he was gone. Like then we constructed the song, but he just came and he freestyled like that. And you know, like you can hear a little bit of Nushi, a little bit of Ivory Coast lingo. You can hear a little bit of some Lingala words, and then him just improvising. He's just like playing with syllables.